Hi, it's Susan from Worldpeacefull, and I'm going to read two poems for you. But before I do, I just thought I would show you what I found on the path yesterday when I was walking. I was feeling a bit sad yesterday because I had a bit of conflict, and I found this just lying on the ground. And of course, this is the Lotus. I often talk about reclining into Buddha. I'm not a Buddhist, but I subscribe to many of the teachings in the sense of compassion, becoming still, meditation to find peace within, not identifying with thoughts, allowing thoughts to pass, because truth is actually alignment with higher perspectives. I want to actually reword this because truth is not a concept. Let's quickly allude to when I came back from my world trip. I was sitting on a tram in Melbourne, and I remember even where I was on that journey on the tram, I remember this realization that truth is alive. That's why I say it's not a concept. It's a living experience in actual fact. I often write about the truth sets you free. I'm really meaning that as a truism. It sets you free from lies and deception. When you join with truth, and this is real truth, this is not embodied in any ideology or religion. It's a universal truth. And the thoughts or feelings coming through me is really, it goes beyond space and time. So it's deep. We try and capture these feelings that we have through words, but words can never capture them. So even the poems I will read are abstractions from the truth. So truth, when you join with it, brings joy. That's how you know it's true. I often look into the faces of people to see whether they're happy or not. And recently, when I was observing quite a few people, I was observing that they were not happy. Now, what that is they have not aligned with what's true for them. They've actually followed others. And it's gone against the grain of who they are. But what they've done is suppress that in favour of others' truths. It's the betrayal of self, which is the highest betrayal. That's why we're not happy. Because deep down, we're not happy with what we've done. So those in positions of responsibility and power have arrived in those positions because they've had to some degree, set aside what has been really their truth. And what we want in the future is leaders or self-masters. I heard one person refer to mastery. I'm talking about the real mastery. And I'm not necessarily negating that person's mastery, actually, when I say that, because I honour perspectives. What I really am seeking to say is it's really, in my view, the mastery of the light and the dark within us. When we betray ourselves, we allow that dark to become the dominant aspect of who we project to the world. It's not who we are. We're actually the light element, all of us. But we've suppressed it, set it aside. We've given ourselves stories as to why we had to do what we had to do. It was practical. It would be unwise to reveal X, Y, Z. But the real harm was done to the self. So I thought I'd premise it with that. The first poem I'm going to read to you that I wrote many years ago was called Change Your World. Then I'm going to read a second poem, which is called Unite the World Now. Be the change. I'm going to change the world, I whisper. I am changing the world, I feel. I am the change, I see. I am the world, actually. And what I see frees me from illusions. Are you going to change the world, I venture? Are you changing the world that you see? Are you the change? Can you be? Into what shape do you change? Is it a positive or negative space that sees the subtle inflections? For there are many angles, for we are shape changers. In every moment of every day, there are no strangers to world peace, for peace is the world. And if there is no earthrise, there is no peace. So the second poem I'll read is Unite the World Now. A culture of peace is piecing together a culture so disparate, so separate, circling many worlds of work, many worlds of life, many worlds of right, many worlds of wrong. How to create the one song where all sing in harmony. Sometimes I find it funny. Sometimes my life is sunny, where I look for the light rather than the gloom. A mirror ball of truths, all reflecting back. Some meeting in the middle, some meeting on the other side, some not meeting at all. Like ships passing in the night, flowing with the stream of life, or stuck in mud flats of unchanging thinking. Imagine standing in my shoes. I imagine standing in yours. What would we see if the roles were reversed? Let's have a role play where I see you as myself and you see me as yourself. What a wealth of understanding we would share. This would be the moment we learn to care, to know what it feels like to be the other. And this is the moment the other disappears. Through the tears of empathy, for I know where you are coming from. The limited say, when I am right, you must be wrong. When I speak truth, you must be lying. But what if black and white turned into blended perspectives? Prisms merging from a kaleidoscope of light, as each worldview sees a different right as colourful. How do we meet in the middle? To bring peace to the table, passing the candle to illuminate this night. The wise say, is it better to be right than happy? Seek and you will find. What you do to another, you do to yourself. Love your neighbour as yourself. For all wisdom sets you free to see. So what would we see in illumination? Wisdom, happiness, oneness, love, enjoyment. You would see the whole. Those who lead say, the four horsemen lead to truth. The Four Noble Truths lead to illumination. The four-way test leads to service. This is the quartet of peace that plays in harmony, that ushers in a new earth, that will unite the world in the end as a new beginning. And I just thought I'd show you this poem in respect of the whole. You see the hole there? Oops. Wisdom, happiness, oneness, love, enjoyment. This is what it is to be holistic. So I send that with love and peace, wisdom and wholeness. Have a beautiful day. Bye.